What's up, dudes? It's Rory. I wanted to show you 7 quick ways, 7 things you can do to improve the performance of your paid ads, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever type of advertising we're talking about. So I was going to make this as a private video for my existing clients, people that are looking to make some improvements, but I realized I need to just make a video that applies to everyone and put that out there for, people to use. So first I want to talk about kind of like the big idea, the strategy, what's going on, why ads sometimes start out well and then results start to taper off, and talk about why that happens, and then I'll talk about the specific tactics that you can do, things that you can change to make a big difference. So it's no secret, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, between those 3 channels you can pretty much reach pretty much anyone in the country, just about anyone in the world practically. So paid advertisement speaking, those are the places to be if you want to reach your community, whatever community that is. In the case of my clients, a lot of them are direct response only. A lot of you guys are direct response. I'm only doing direct response, customer acquisition, bring people in to the funnel or into the office right now, immediately. And that is a very, it has a very limited application. Obviously, we all want customers, but at the end of the day, you aren't ever building any goodwill with the people out there that don't already have a relationship with you. It's no secret and it's no coincidence that my clients that are doing the best are either putting out tons and tons of content by themselves, or I'm putting out content with them and we're working on the strategy together, and we're doing, branding and content in addition to the direct response stuff, and their direct response stuff continues to work month after month after month because we're also spending thousands of dollars on branding. So what you need to do, as a matter of fact, I think it was David Ogilvy, legend of advertising, who said, the customer is not a moron, the customer is your wife. And I think that's really how you need to look at it. Like, you can't fool your wife, right? You might think that, you can trick everyone into, that your ebook is going to trick a bunch of people into coming into your funnel, and it works for a little while, and you're able to get that 1 or 2% of the market that's just super hungry for whatever your information is, but that low-hanging fruit disappears, right? And you can't always access those people again, day after day after day. The rest of the market is harder to get to, right? So if you're thinking about it in terms of a marriage like that, like, if my wife knows what I'm really up to, honey. Hey, honey, take off your shirt. Let me give you a back massage. Like, she knows what my intentions are, right? Can I hear it, right? Like, she knows why. You can't trick the consumer. They know. They get it, right? So think of it like this, right? You have to think of your relationship with your community, whatever community that is, as it's an account. I drew a little bucket. I'm very artistic. So this just represents goodwill. And you can think of your advertising in the sense of you're either giving to your goodwill or you're taking out. So anything that has a call to action where you're trying to get them to give you something, whether that's buy my product or that's download my ebook in exchange for your email address, or that's name, email, and phone number so that we can follow up with you. Whatever that is, you're asking them for something which requires something to be in here in the account, right? There has to be some good. It either has to be goodwill there has to be a certain level of trust, or they just have to be so desperate that they have an extreme need for your product. Those are your only 2 options. So what I want to talk about is what you can do to build goodwill. And another way of thinking about this, if you will, is like, I gave you the example of the marriage, but like, let's take it from a female perspective. This is one I've witnessed a lot, right? You have your stay-at-home moms, or, you know, they become stay-at-home moms. They have a baby, they quit their job, they stay at home, and, you know, mom gets bored and she wants to do something with her time, so she joins some form of multi-level marketing community or company, right? LuLaRoe, Mary Kay, whatever they are, right? And all of a sudden, mom doesn't have friends anymore. She only has business prospects. And all of her relationships turn into opportunities to sell her product or service to people, right? And so, you know, these people that all used to be friends, all of a sudden you use up all your goodwill, right? And I'm sure some of you can relate to that. You used to have a friend, this person was your good friend, you used to get together and talk about life. Now the only thing she wants to talk about is, you know, how's your skin doing? Because she wants to sell you her skin creams, right? And she just loses all the goodwill you had. So that's something to keep in mind, is like, that's what's going on. If your advertisement is only strictly call to action, direct response, give me your name, email, phone number, and you're never giving anything back in return, then you're only using up goodwill. You're not putting anything back into the goodwill account. So that's really the way you need to start thinking about it. So that being said, let's move on and let's talk about what you can actually do to improve the performance of your ads, or start, you know, different ads that you can create to make this happen. So first and foremost is spend more money. The reality is that, you know, if you're spending $2,000 a month, and month one, that $2,000 comes back to you and it turns into $4,000, that is a huge win. You're making a 2x return on your investment in the first month, right? That's awesome. And in a lot of cases, a lot of you, you know, that's monthly recurring too. So that 2,000 is going to turn into 4,000 or 6,000, right? So that's a huge win. Or excuse me, that 4,000 is going to turn into 6,000 or 8,000. So you're not just talking about 2x, you're talking about 3x or 4x, which is phenomenal. So with those kinds of numbers, you want to spend more money. You know, that just means more margin, right? So the other thing you can do is switch your offer, right? So, you know, if you're running one offer for months and months and months and it's working, and then you start to see it slow down, that's an indication that it could be time to change things up. So, you know, if you're an e-com company and you're offering free shipping on all orders this month, you know, maybe you switch it to something else. Every order gets a free pair of socks or something else to grab the attention. If you're a dentist, you've been advertising free, you know, a free cleaning or something like that. Well, instead of free cleaning, how about a free exam and x-rays or something? You just switch it. Chiropractors, if you're including, you know, a discount, a very well discounted, you know, introductory package, like you get a discounted first adjustment or whatever, change that up to something else. Offer a massage. You know, instead of that intro package, maybe you actually offer something that's outside of chiropractic, right? Maybe you joint venture with someone else in the community and offer something that could benefit them. So, you know, maybe you could target homeowners and partner with a, you know, a company like, well, you could partner with a dentist, right? Like, we'll give away free teeth whitening to someone. Or you could, you know, if you're targeting homeowners, you could go after and say, we'll do, you know, you can get free landscaping for the entire summer. Some sort of different offer, and I'm just making that stuff up off the top of my head right now, but like, there's endless options out there. Next thing you can do is you can change your messaging. So if you've been running a link post ad, you could try a video ad. You know, that can be challenging. Not everyone's interesting on video. Not everyone's exciting. Not everyone has good footage to use. So you might have to hire a video company to make you something that looks cool. You might have to brainstorm about different ideas. and all of these things are going to require investments either of time or money to make changes, right? One thing I want to stress is if it was magic, if you could just spend $700 on ads and turn that into $70,000 a month, every business out there would be $1 million business. You could just turn a $10 million business into a $100 million business overnight. All this stuff requires work. This is a big one, and it probably should have been first, but free content. This is how you build goodwill. You've got to build your brand by putting out videos or blog posts or both, or podcasts, whatever that is. You've got to build your brand by putting out the content. There's no other way to say it. It's like I said, I think I said this earlier, it's no secret that my clients that continue to dominate month after month after month are the ones that are putting out content. They're putting money behind free content. It's an absolute no-brainer. You've got to do it. You've got to put into this account. You can't just take out the whole time. Do a giveaway. So I'll give you an example. One of my first clients way back in the day, we did, it was a butcher shop. It wasn't even a client. I did it for free. This was one of the first Facebook ads I ever ran. We did a giveaway for a $100 gift card, right? So he was super hesitant to do this. He didn't see how he was going to get sales from giving something away like that. But I enticed him. I told him, look, you've got to do this. I promise you it'll work. Just test it. Just try it. So we gave away a $100 gift card. We made a really basic video ad. It was about a 40-second video. And we gave away a $100 gift card to his butcher shop. And the result of that was in 2 weeks, it was like $213 on the advertisements. So nothing, basically. And in that 2 weeks that we ran it, he got 850-ish, 850 to 860 new email subscribers to his email list, which he's been able to remarket to through email ever since. And not only that, once you opted in to enter that contest to win the $100 gift card, we had on the thank you page, we offered them, if you call now, a really good deal on his ground beef. And that month, when that's all we did was give away $100 and pay $200 in advertisements to show that. That was his biggest month of the year, all from just giving away $100. And so what we found when we looked at the data was he sold 3 times more ground beef than he ever had, because that was the special, but it was at a deep discount, so he didn't really make any profit on it. But then when people came in to pick up their ground beef, they bought a bunch of steak too, because they see those steaks in the case, they wanted those. So, doing a giveaway. If you're a chiropractor, give away massages, give away 60-minute massages, give away 90-minute massages. Like I said, joint venture here. Partner with someone in the community. Give an electronics store and give away a big screen TV. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how the heck is that going to build my business? People are going to recognize you. When you spend $500 to put an ad out into your community and you're giving away a television, you're going to have people stop you on the street and say, you're the guy who gave away a television. You're the guy who gave away whatever, right? People are going to recognize you. They're going to know who you are. And even if they aren't in the market for your services today, they will be in a year. They will be in 2 years. And they're going to know who you are, and you're going to be the first one that they think of. Reengage. So this one's specific to my clients, right? You have a list of, probably at the low end, let's talking specifically to chiropractors. You have a list of minimum 200 up to 500 or 600 people who have opted in for your new patient special over the last 3 to 6 months. in that time frame, right? 200 to 600 people who have opted in. You know, for some of you, the rates of how many people scheduled has varied, but the bottom line is that every single one of those people was opting in for, they said, I have back pain, I want your solution. But not every single one of those people ended up coming into your office, right? So you should re-engage all those other people. If you've got 500 people on a list and only 130 of them came in, that's another 370 people that still have that issue that you can help them with. So you need to re-engage with an email. Send a specific video to all those people. Make a video that says, hey, you opted in for our deal, but we never saw you. We'd love to see you. Why don't you come on in? Make something simple and send it to all of them. Testimonials. The bottom line is the ability to build audiences within Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, Google, is just unbelievable. So if we've been running ads, or we've been running, people have been clicking off Facebook to go to our website to look at our offers, or we've been running videos within Facebook of, educational videos, or your ad was a video ad, whatever it is. When we've been running this stuff, we're building audiences the whole time. We can retarget people. If we ran if you're a chiropractor who ran a headache video, we can retarget every single person who watched that video at least 50%. So if you had a 3-minute video about headaches, chances are the 700 people that watched it, at least 50% that spent a minute and a half watching a video about headaches, there's a pretty good chance either they or someone else they know has headaches. So what we need to do is start retargeting that audience, specifically that audience, with testimonial videos again and again, so that they see how effective your treatments are. It goes the same thing for any product, whether it's e-com, whether it's a local business, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is testimonials sell. That's a tried and true principle of advertising. So that's it. There you have it. The big idea here is that advertising is not magic. It doesn't just happen with, you can't just take $1,000 and magically turn it into $25,000. It's super awesome that, a lot of you have a solution to a problem that's very pressing for a lot of people, and in the beginning we can grab so much low-hanging fruit that it does in some cases produce 10x, 20x, 25x in the first month, first 2 months, first 3 months. That's fantastic, that's awesome, but after that, as I've always been saying all along, you've got to dig in and work for it. We've got to earn the trust of the marketplace. Like I said, like David Ogilvy said, the customer is your wife. It's someone that you have to make love to. You have to build trust and goodwill to get their business. And there's no place where that's truer than online. So those are my tips. Those are the 7 quick things you can do. But the big idea is put out content and build up goodwill, because that's how you do it. There's never been a better time to do it. It's never been cheaper. It's never been more accessible, and it's never been more practical. So go out there and start creating content and do some of these things.